Fred Five standing by.
We are here with our sponsor, NIblock, attorney and founder of NIblock and Associates, to share how bankruptcy can actually be the first step to reestablishing good credit. It's all about good credit these days. Welcome, Greg.
Good morning.
Good to see you. First of all, congratulations. 29 years in the
this
business.
Month.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Wow.
I was licensed on the 21st of March. That's my birthday also. And another thing is my daughter was born while we were in law school, and she went to Harding Academy, the folks that are here, and went to Harding University, and she works with me as a paralegal and gets to talk to a lot of clients and use her degree.
It's a family business.
It is,
in many ways. And 29 years.
29 years of doing it.
You've seen and heard it all, I bet,
pretty much.
in those years. So let's talk about bankruptcy, of course, and how this relates to good credit.
Right. Well, to start out as an introduction, if I told you filing bankruptcy is a gold star on your credit report, I would not be telling you the truth. However, if you're in a position and you need to file bankruptcy, that should take a second seat to reestablishing your finances so you can provide for your family, keep your home, have a vehicle to drive, get all those bills off of you. But the good news is, yes, you can again have good credit. Just because you file bankruptcy does not blow your credit forever. And with a little work, you can get it back up to in the 700s.
It may just take some time.
It takes a little time and discipline.
Yeah, and this may be the only way for some people to get there.
That's
by
right.
filing bankruptcy.
Exactly. Well, filing bankruptcy could be the quickest restart of your credit. Because just think about it, if you're having problems, people are suing you, you have collections, you have repossession or anything like that, all that is going to be reported in your credit file, and that dramatically affects your credit.
Sure.
And that's going to show on your credit report for at least 7 years if you do nothing, and sometimes more. So when you file bankruptcy, it's sort of like a credit restart, because when you get your discharge in bankruptcy, the credit reporting agencies are required to indicate that it is a zero balance discharged in bankruptcy. So it sort of has a demarcation point of where you can start and go forward.
Right. I think it shows those creditors, okay, this person is trying to fix it.
Yes,
and they've started with this. What about Chapter 13 and Chapter 7? What's the difference?
Well, as it relates to your credit, your FICO score, it doesn't matter which one you file, a Chapter 7 or a Chapter 13. However, the Fair Credit Reporting Act does indicate that a 13 will be reported for 7 years, and a Chapter 7 will be reported for 10 years.
Okay.
But as far as calculating your score, whether you file 7 or 13 doesn't matter. However, now, some creditors favor a Chapter 13 because they believe that requires a little more responsibility of staying in a 3 to 5 year plan, paying off certain types of bills. Also, it just does depend on the creditor. There's a difference between your credit score and what a creditor is going to do with it.
Right, yeah, they can use that information how they want to. Okay, what about time? You said it does heal credit wounds eventually.
Time does heal all wounds. In your credit file, what weighs heavily is what is going on right now. And the further you get away from a negative event, the less it has an impact on it. So, you know, although you may have late pays, you may have lawsuits, things like that, it will eventually fall off. Same thing with a bankruptcy. It's going to fall off your credit report at a certain time, and the further you get away from that filing point, the less effect it's going to have on your credit.
Right, so time helps for sure.
It does.
Let's talk about the biggest credit score elements, payment history and outstanding debt.
Okay, payment history, as we just said a minute ago, if you have a lot of late pays, that is going to really ding your credit.
Right.
If you file bankruptcy, depending on whether you have a high credit score or a low credit score, but let's face it, if somebody's suing you, if you have a hard time of paying your bills back and you're behind, your credit score is going to be bad.
Right.
Now, I do talk to some folks that are current on everything and they just realize, I've got to do something. Like maybe they retired and they're going on Social Security and they realize there's no way they're going to pay back all this stuff. But depending on if you have a high credit score when you file bankruptcy, yeah, it's going to take a bigger ding than if you have a low credit score and you file bankruptcy. But within 6 to 12 months, it's going to dramatically increase it. In fact, we have a program that will estimate what your credit score should look like in the future, and a lot of times it's going to be about 100 points more than what you're at when you come to see us.
A big jump.
Right.
Well, that's helpful to know. Okay, I think we're out of time, but we're going to, of course, mention where you are.
Yes.
And, of course, the easiest way to get a hold of you.
Absolutely.
Online or give you a call.
Give me a call. And, hey, we got the book
Yeah.
here, and we're about to run out of them. I'm going to have to order some more. So if you want one of my books, please give us a call. We'll be happy to send you one. We just love talking to folks and trying to help them through financial hard times.
Running out of books is a good problem to have, and you'll order some more, I know.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on almost 29 years.
29 years.
That's fantastic.
Thank you.